the Skype. I am on Skype with Katie Bjork. Did I pronounce your name right? Did I get that right? I did. Okay. So this is the second time we're doing this interview, and we actually have sound now. Last time, I don't know if I was sleepy or I just wasn't thinking about it. I put in my earphones, and the only thing that we could hear was my voice. So I'm playing the thing, and I'm like, "Oh, great! We got this is a great interview we had." And Caddy's voice was excluded from the whole thing. So this time we have Caddy back. She is coming at us from Sweden. Caddy, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. This is the second time you will be addressing my students. First time when you did a Skype when I had the actual physical classroom, my students loved it. On the student-teacher evaluations, they said the guest lecture was their favorite part of the semester. So I'm happy you can join us. Caddy is on. I don't know what the best word for this is. You're on hiatus from employment. You're taking a leave of absence for a second, but you are with General Motors, and you work with the Buick line. Can you explain a little bit about your job?
Sure. So I've been in the automotive industry and with GM for a bit over 9 years. So I've done different things. The latest job was product communications manager with the Buick brand for the U.S. So basically manage all things around communication strategy for specific products on the Buick line.
So you moved. I wouldn't say halfway across the world, but a quarter of the way across the world. What was the impetus for that? So why did you pick up and move out of Detroit?
Well, first of all, my husband and I are not from the U.S., so I'm Canadian. So I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, East Coast. And my husband is Swedish. He's from Sweden. We met in Sweden over 10 years ago, and we loved it here. And we wanted to move back to Europe. And Sweden felt like home. And also where I had worked for General Motors before as well. So it wasn't completely foreign to us.
So I guess this is a good segue into the question that I'm curious about. International business. You have a unique perspective, and I guess it's not so unique across the world, but it's unique from the perspective that the textbook that I am teaching out of doesn't necessarily get into one of a perspective that you share, specifically about language and what are some insights that you have about international business or your perspective of international business that you could share?
Yeah, when you talk about international business, first of all, it's a passion of mine. Like you mentioned, I have an undergrad bachelor's degree in international business, so it was where I started my career. I wanted to be global without really knowing what it was, right? And that's the point. International business or being global means understanding many local aspects. So I always say it's the importance of understanding how powerful being local truly is. That's really how being global or being successful in global business works. It doesn't matter how great your product is. If it fails to fulfill the values of that country, who might be completely hidden, it might not be written anywhere, it's not going to work. And don't forget, there's a ton of products and brands that you have no idea even exist that are in that country. However small the country might be, people are patriotic and they have values that are hidden unless you understand the power of the locals and what's important to them.
So you speak many languages. Can you share the languages that you speak?
Yeah, I speak 4 languages. So I grew up only speaking French and went to French schools. So it was as a teenager that I learned English, and I discovered that I actually had a passion for languages, and that it was fun, and it was bringing me something that I had no idea existed. Then about over 10 years ago, I moved to Sweden, so I learned Swedish. And then work took me to Germany as well. So I learned German. So I speak 4 languages.
How have these languages or learning these languages helped you either professionally or cognitively? So I know this is something that has been shared with me from many translingual individuals, particularly my grandfather throughout the years. But learning languages keeps your brain sharp. Do you notice a cognitive impact from that, and how does knowing these languages help you professionally?
Professionally, it helps a lot, but very often not in the way that people think.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch films, you see translators all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they're there translating. That happened in my career maybe twice. I finished my bachelor's degree in 2005. So, I've been working for a while. This happened to me only twice. The reason why languages have been very useful to me is, one, it stands out in a resume, right? That's the first step. And that was the original intent for me to come to Sweden. I was going to pursue my international business degree to finalize it internationally, and I was going to learn a third language.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to stand out. It brought me much more than that. What it brought specifically is all of a sudden you get to be part of the local community.
Mm-hmm.
And again, getting to the power of local and doing global business, that's what it did. Most Swedes, for example, are very, very good in English. There's almost no need to speak Swedish to live here. That's kind of the funny thing. But if you speak Swedish, all of a sudden, they take you like a local. They'll explain things to you. All of a sudden, you understand signs in a completely different way, even though they're written in English just on top.
Mm-hmm.
It means something different. So it brought me much closer to the community, and you get to be part of it. And then it gets you a way in, right? If you're interested in a company that does business with Sweden, doesn't matter where you are. Oh, you speak Swedish. Oh, how good is it? I'm like, no, I'm fluent. That's great. Can you meet my colleague? I've actually had one of those interviews once where he's like, really? And then he brought me to his colleague that was Swedish, and we started talking. So he wanted to test, if I really could get along with people that are from Sweden. And so it brings that. So it's not just the translation bit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's much more. Yeah.
So another part of the interview I would like to come back to is how do you use communication at work on a daily basis? Specifically, I was very interested in our last interview what you said about your use of email and saving emails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, first of all, my career moved from being, originally in the global marketing side of the business to becoming a PR communications manager. And with that comes with a lot of communications, obviously. But the point here is that we very often or very easily forget how to communicate to the people that are within the company. So we think that as communicators, you want to reach people on the outside that don't know about your brand, that don't know about your product, which is very important, obviously. But the people that are very close to you, your colleagues, or people that built the products in the plant, for example, they're very interested and they're experts in their area. They just don't have as broad of a perspective as we do on my side of the business. So we make sure that when we launch a product or when we have a new campaign, that we have material that's adapted to them too. So it's not okay to just have one video that is going to be put on social media, for example, on Facebook. So one particular video that would be made for Facebook, to say, well, let's just put it on our internal website just so people know about it. That's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to have web chats. Sometimes you need to have videos created specifically for employees. Sometimes there's a big holiday coming up, and you want to create a very quick card with some quick, good conversational points to bring up at Christmas, or even some quick Q&As, like, did you know? So that they can be the expert at the table, or if they get a difficult question that they don't feel like, man, I don't even know, and I work for this company.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's one piece, how we communicate internally. The other part is, we talked about this last week. I pick up the phone a lot, right? We're in a generation where we like emails and text messages so much more than phone calls sometimes because it's just quicker. but the thing is that there's a ton of stuff that doesn't really translate well, even though you're speaking the same language. So an email doesn't solve it all, and sometimes it starts a big chain, and people start copying a lot of people. Sometimes it's simply to keep people in the loop, and sometimes it is, well, I'm not sure if I'm saying the right thing, so I'm going to copy my boss so that he or she can go in and correct if it's right to let everybody get, instead of, all right, let's get on the phone, let's do a 15-minute conference call, or let's just do first one-on-one, and then send an email out with all the information that was sent, instead of jamming everybody's, inbox.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to keep you all day because I really appreciate you taking time out to chat with us again. One final question. What do you wish maybe that you would have spent more time on in school? And the second part of the question is, what is the most valuable thing that you learned in school, looking backwards?
Well, we talked about this last week too, and I thought about it since. I'm almost glad your recording didn't work because I thought about this and I have a better answer. First of all, there's one thing that I realized because I did a master's program that I recently finished part-time this time while I was
And congratulations, by the way.
Oh, so, thank you.
Okay.
That was that every teacher and every colleague in the classroom can one day become your boss or somebody that has the power to get you to a program abroad or a job, or they can become your colleague. And sometimes you don't think about it because a lot of the teachers, you think, well, they're teachers, they're academics, and if that's not the path you want to take, you don't feel that way. Mm-hmm. But I started towards the end of my master's finding myself not able to just do something quick because I always felt, well, if I submit this research this way and I'm not fully happy with it, well, what if this teacher could one day be someone that speaks to a future employer and doesn't think that I do valuable work or that I think the research works. So that was the one thing. The second thing is putting myself, or, I would recommend anybody put yourself outside of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And for me, that was actually doing research, so primary research on my own, because I had never done that. In business school, it's not as common as communication school. So that's the other. And the third was really, always being with people that are better than you in groups. For example, when you do group work, it's good because you become better, right? If you're with people that are better than you, you become better. But if you're with people that need your help, by you teaching them, you learn a lot too. It seemed like quite basic, but all these things together made me feel when I was done my master's program that I had accomplished a bit more than just the paper. Mm-hmm. It felt like I had changed my perspective on how to do business within this academic organization, and I felt it added value, actually.
That's awesome. Well, Katie, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. I hope the students appreciate this as much as my former students appreciate it. So thank you very much. This is fantastic.